everyone, I'm back and I want to show you what we're going to do today for our April challenge, which is Create With Me a Journal. And we have, this will be part 4, we have the signatures sewn together and we have the cover started. If you have missed either one of these videos, you can check out where the meerkat is. I believe he is showing us our challenges. So I have my cover made, started, and I'd like to decorate it today with some colors. Now, my challenge for me is to create this cover without stencils. Okay. Usually I use stencils because I love stencils. But I'm trying to make this so it's a user-friendly video that you can use at home. If you don't have all of the extra supplies, I'd like to show you it's okay. You don't have to have all those extra supplies. I have chosen some cheap craft paint from probably Michael's, this Apple Barrel Craft Smart, and I've chosen some spring colors in green, orange, pink, and blue. I'm going to start with the green. And I want to add just a bunch of leaves. Now, you don't have to really know how to draw to put a leaf on a page. As long as it resembles a leaf in the long run, we are good to go. So I'm going to take a paper plate. I put some of my green paint on. I have one of my old cheapy brushes here. And I'm going to just get some paint on it. And then I'm going to start and make some leaves. The leaves are kind of like they're kind of like a teardrop with a little twist to it and a point at the end. And then they don't even have to be the same. Let's just put some leaves on here. And I am going to change directions that they're going in. I am going to put them everywhere. It doesn't even matter. We just want to get some color on our journal. And so we're going to make marks without a stencil. There we go. And then when these are dry, we can add some lines to them to make them even look more like a leaf. Let's get these on here. Then we're going to put some flowers on here. Question was asked, what if when you're applying all this paper and the glue, your cover gets stiff? Well, you can manipulate your cover, and I should have shown you that before I started putting on my leaves, right? But you can manipulate it by, let's see, taking it from one end and rolling it all the way around, and that gets it so that it bends better. And then you can take it from the other end and roll it the other direction. You just want to roll it and get it so it'll bend. Mine is not stiff, but if yours happens to be, that could be a solution for you. Now, if you are a painter, of course, you could make these leaves like with different colors on them, so that they have some shading. I am just trying to make it as simple as possible. There we have some leaves. I'm going to get some water out here so that I can rinse my brush out. And I think the first color of leaf or flower that I want to add is pink. So we're going toward, as you can see, if you know me, my two favorite colors together is pink and green. So, okay, the green color is Craft Smart and it is Lush Foliage. The pink is Apple Barrel, and it is Princess Pink. Same brush. Well, maybe I'll use a little smaller brush. And I'm going to make an easy 5-petal flower. Same shape as I did my leaves, only this time we're putting them together to make a flower. And then we're going to cover up the whole page with this. There we go. Just put our flowers randomly. If your green is dry, you can even add some behind and around the leaves, such as that one. Looks like it's poking out a little bit, but you don't really see the rest of it. Now, you don't have to do this kind of flower. If you don't want to do this flower, you can do a simple dot flower if you so desire. This is just a process for me. You can change it up. You can do a totally different process. It's totally up to you. It's your journal. So what I have in mind for my journal is I'm going to use this journal for a idea journal, in that I have an idea journal already that I had made a little while ago, but it's not going to be like the actual project. It's just going to be an idea of where I seen it, who's it originated from, maybe draw a quickie sketch or take a picture of it and put it in there. And that'll be that type of journal. This journal is going to be, okay, I'm going to take one of those ideas out of that other journal and I'm going to make it so that I have a finished project of a new idea that I want to remember, something that I thought maybe was cool, something that I don't normally do and I don't want to forget, that type of idea. That's what I want to use this journal for. So this journal will be added to my collection of journals. So I'm going to finish up these flowers and skip ahead to the next process. I'll be right back. All right, so I had mentioned that if you didn't want to make that type of flower, and I'm going to show you another flower that can easily be done. Let's get some orange, and the orange is apple barrel apricot. And what I'm going to do is I have it on my palette. I'm going to take the back end of my brush and I'm going to make 5 little dots in a circle. And that's going to create a smaller flower for my page. And that's not making a big enough flower, so I'm going to use a bigger brush. All right, so that brush wasn't working because I had it stuck in some water and it just, the water is running down through, so that's not working. So let me introduce you to my tools. These tools, this is the top of a Pringle can. These are my mark making tools. Top of a makeup bottle. A glue, a tape, that the tape is wrapped around a barrel. Washi tape rolls. This is from coloring your hair, and you've got that little tool. And so it goes on and on and on. You just look through your stash and see what you can find. I don't know what this went to, but I thought it had a nice pattern on it. You can use, this is one of the red liner tape reels, or whatever they're called. Just something that has a little foam edge on it. Hairspray bottle cap. There's a pen cap. So it goes on and on. I'm going to use this one. See if I can get my orange dot flowers here. There we go. And again, nothing is precise here. We're just adding color, adding textures, and making our cover beautiful. It's a very, very spring colors or cover. I don't mind that there's gobs of paint because that gives texture. It's fine. I'm not going to stress about any of this. I'm just going to make a cover. Okay, so I think that's enough orange for me. Let's try one of these tools that I have brought out here. How about for the Scotch tape thing? Let's get some blue. The blue is Craft Smart Pool Blue. So I'll take my tape dispenser, move that over here a little bit, and I'll just kind of move it around, dab it around in my ink, and get some, my paint, not my ink, get some paint on my tape dispenser and just stamp some circles. Now, if you'd like to see a little bit more of how I use these type of tools, I will link a video that I made long time ago with mark making tools. So as you see, you don't need a stencil, and as you're doing this, go half on, half off your page. Don't do everything just on the page. That's looking better and better. How about we let's use this one that is for when you're coloring your hair, and let's add some more blue. So I'm just going to dab it in there, and I'm going to make some dots. Okay, I think that's enough. I want you to let all of that dry. Actually, I think I'll get out some yellow first before we let this dry. This is some acrylic in a tube, and it's just the color of yellow I had. I didn't pick it because it's anything special. Whoa. And then I want to take my little dabber, and it's Artist Touch acrylic. It doesn't give us the color. It came in a kit or something. I take my dabber and dab it in this yellow, and it looks like a little bit of metallic yellow, and do centers on our flowers with it. I hadn't washed the dabber, but it's going to be absolutely fine. And I'm also going to add some yellow to my pink flowers in the center. Let's see if I've missed any. It just doesn't look like it. Oh yes, I did, right here and here. And here, I missed quite a few actually. All right, now I'm going to let this dry, and I'll be back to show you another step. A tip: if you have paint on a tray and you have to wait for something to dry before you can go back in and use it, cover it with a wet rag, wet paper towel, something that's wet, and it'll keep your paint moist for you to use when you come back to it. I'm going to go wash my tools, let this paint dry, and we'll be back in a few. So it's all dry, and I want to add some asemic writing. So I'm going to take a pen, and you're going to want to make sure that you have a permanent pen. Let's see. I think before I do the asemic writing, I want to outline and just add in some doodles to make these, and they don't have to be complete lines. They can be broken lines. You can add in some vein on the leaves. Again, it's sketching. It's just playing, guys. We're not going to worry about perfection. We're going to just get an idea that these look like leaves. They don't have to be perfect leaves. They don't have to be artist leaves or anything. We're just doodling and having fun on our journal cover. So randomly, just get some lines on your page. It adds a little bit more texture. You can do the leaves, and you can go around the flowers like this, like this. Put a little bit of lines in here. If you want to do some shading, you can do a little shading. Okay, so go around and outline your flowers, outline your leaves, and then we'll be back when we get all this done. All right, I have all my leaves, and oops, I forgot one flower here. And your pen will catch on like some of the texture of the paper, and that's what helps also to make your lines very generic, because it's going to be broken when it hits one of those. It's going to go a little jagged, and that's going to be okay. So to do some asemic writing, I'm just going to start in a spot that has like some open space, and I'm not going to bother whether I go over the leaves or the flowers or whatever, and I'm just going to scribble. So a lot of times when I do my asemic writing, I have something in my mind, and I'll be thinking about that as I write. And so you'll get like maybe some structure of some of the words here and there, but none of it is going to be eligible, and that's what you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and write in my journal cover. And that's what I just wrote out here. And then I can twist and turn and go in different directions. Turn my cover upside down and sideways. Okay, so there is enough of that on here for me. And look at all the texture that we're creating here. Now I want to take some of my black paint. Let me go find that. I didn't get it out. And put that on my palette that I have here. Whoa, that needs shook up some more. And this is just Craft Smart black paint. Isn't that? And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to add like maybe some dots. Let's do some lines. And we're just going to add marks. And how about we add some, let's see, maybe some dots. And everything is just random. You can make bigger dots or smaller dots. So what you want to do, guys, is just be you. Just create, just have fun. I'm going to get some lines over there. And do what looks good to you. I also like splatters. My black paint was pretty runny here. And I'm going to do some black splatters. So I'm going to get some paint on my brush and I'm just going to go like this. And add a few splatters here and there. Sometimes I go overboard with my splatters. That, as far as I'm concerned, completes this outside cover of my journal. Now, I may make a panel here for a focal point. I probably will make a panel there for a focal point. When this is all dry and I can handle it without fear of smearing something, I will go around the outside edge, probably with some black ink. So for now, this is part 4 in our series of Create With Me Challenge. And we are going to let this dry, and then I will be back. I'm not going to give a date because I don't really know what's all going on here. It's kind of a busy season with spring. So when I can get time again, I will do another video to show you another part in our cover making process. I hope you have enjoyed this. I cannot wait to see your covers and what you did with whatever you wanted to put on your covers, with some doodling and flowers, and maybe you didn't even do flowers. You know, I just can't wait to see what everybody has done with their take on this challenge. So we shall see you again soon. You have a great day. Bye now.